Welcome back. Episode 7 of 15 continues our AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, CLF-C02, practice playlist with questions 61 through 70. Let's get straight into the next set. Question 61. A company wants a fully managed Windows file server for its Windows-based applications. Which AWS service will meet this requirement? Option A, Amazon FSx. Option B, Amazon Elastic Kubernetes Service, Amazon EKS. Option C, Amazon Elastic Container Service, Amazon ECS. Option D, Amazon EMR Amazon. The correct answer is A, Amazon FSx. Explanation: FSx for Windows File Server delivers a native Windows file server as a managed service. Why not option B, X Kubernetes Service not file storage? Why not option C, X Container Orchestration not file server? Why not option D, EMR Big Data Platform not Windows File System? Question 62. Which of the following is a recommended design principle for AWS Cloud Architecture? Option A, design tightly coupled components. Option B, build a single application component that can handle all the application functionality. Option C, make large changes on fewer iterations to reduce chances of failure. Option D, avoid monolithic architecture by segmenting workloads. Amazon. The correct answer is D, avoid monolithic architecture by segmenting workloads. Explanation: decomposing workloads improves agility, scalability, and fault isolation. Why not option A, design tightly coupled components reduces resilience and makes changes harder? Why not option B, build a single application component that can handle all the application functionality creates a monolith, hindering scalability and maintainability? Why not option C, make large changes on fewer iterations to reduce chances of failure, increases blast radius and risk when failures occur? Question 63. Which AWS service helps users audit API activity across their AWS account? Option A, AWS Cloud Trail. Option B, Amazon Inspector. Option C, WAF. Option D, AWS Config Amazon. The correct answer is A, AWS Cloud Trail. Explanation: Cloud Trail records all AWS API calls and delivers log files for audit and compliance. Why not option B, Amazon Inspector performs vulnerability assessments, not API logging? Why not option C, WAF filters web traffic at the application layer, not API call history? Why not option D, AWS Config tracks resource configuration changes, not API activity? Question 64. Which task is a customer's responsibility, according to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model? Option A, management of the guest operating systems. Option B, maintenance of the configuration of infrastructure devices. Option C, management of the host operating systems and virtualization. Option D, maintenance of the software that powers availability zones. Amazon. The correct answer is A, management of the guest operating systems. Explanation: customers are responsible for securing and patching their guest OS. AWS manages the underlying infrastructure. Why not option B, maintenance of the configuration of infrastructure devices? AWS responsibility. Why not option C, management of the host operating systems and virtualization? AWS responsibility. Why not option D? Maintenance of the software that powers availability zones, AWS responsibility. Question 65. A company wants to automatically add and remove Amazon EC2 instances. The company wants the EC2 instances to adjust to varying workloads dynamically. Which service or feature will meet these requirements? Option A, Amazon DynamoDB. Option B, Amazon EC2 Spot instances. Option C, AWS Snow Family. Option D, Amazon EC2 Auto-Scaling Amazon. The correct answer is D, Amazon EC2 Auto-Scaling. Explanation: EC2 auto-scaling dynamically adjusts the number of instances to match demand. Why not option A? Amazon DynamoDB NoSQL database service, unrelated to instance scaling. Why not option B? Amazon EC2 Spot instances offers discounted capacity, but doesn't automate scaling. Why not option C? AWS Snow Family physical data transport devices, not scaling feature. Question 66. A user wants to securely automate the management and rotation of credentials that are shared between applications, while spending the least amount of time on managing tasks. Which AWS service or feature can be used to accomplish this? Option A, AWS Cloud HSM. Option B, AWS Key Management Service, AWS KMS. Option C, AWS Secrets Manager. Option D, Server-Side Encryption Amazon. The correct answer is C, AWS Secrets Manager. Explanation: Secrets Manager automates secret rotation and centrally stores credentials with built-in integrations. Why not option A? AWS Cloud HSM provides hardware key storage but no built-in rotation workflows. Why not option B? AWS KMS manages encryption keys, not application secrets or rotation. Why not option D? Server-side encryption encrypts data at rest, doesn't manage credential rotation. Question 67. Which security service automatically recognizes and classifies sensitive data or intellectual property on AWS? Option A, Amazon Guard Duty. Option B, Amazon Macy. Option C, Amazon Inspector. Option D, AWS Shield Amazon. The correct answer is B, Amazon Macy. Explanation: Macy uses machine learning to discover and classify sensitive data in S3 buckets. Why not option A? Amazon Guard Duty Threat Detection Service, not data classification. Why not option C? Amazon Inspector Vulnerability Assessment, not data discovery. Why not option D? AWS Shield DDoS Protection Service, not data classification. Question 68. An e-learning platform needs to run an application for 2 months each year. The application will be deployed on Amazon EC2 instances. Any application downtime during those 2 months must be avoided. Which EC2 purchasing option will meet these requirements most cost-effectively? Option A, reserved instances. Option B, dedicated hosts. Option C, spot instances. Option D, on-demand instances Amazon. The correct answer is A, reserved instances. Explanation: Reserved instances guarantee capacity at a lower rate for predictable, uninterrupted usage. Why not option B? Dedicated hosts higher cost for isolated tenancy, unnecessary here. Why not option C? Spot instances can be interrupted, unacceptable for zero downtime. Why not option D? On-demand instances, no long-term discount for seasonal workload. Question 69. Which actions are best practices for an AWS account root user? Choose 2. Option A. Share root user credentials with team members. Option B. Create multiple root users for the account, separated by environment. Option C. Enable multi-factor authentication (MFA) on the root user. Option D. Create an IAM user with administrator privileges for daily administrative tasks instead of using the root user. Option E. Use programmatic access instead of the root user and password. The correct answers are C and D. Option C. Enable multi-factor authentication (MFA) on the root user. Option D. Create an IAM user with administrator privileges for daily administrative tasks instead of using the root user. Explanation. Enabling MFA protects the root account, and using an IAM admin user limits root account usage. Why not option A? Share root user credentials with team members. Increases security risk by distributing sensitive credentials. Why not option B? Create multiple root users for the account, separated by environment. AWS supports only one root user. This is not possible. Why not option E? Use programmatic access instead of the root user and password. Root user should not have programmatic access. Use IAM roles or users instead. Question 70. A company is running a critical workload on an Amazon RDS DB instance. The company needs the DB instance to be highly available with a recovery time of less than 5 minutes. Which solution will meet these requirements? Option A. Create a read replica of the DB instance. Option B. Create a template of the DB instance by using AWS CloudFormation. Option C. Take frequent snapshots of the DB instance and store them in Amazon S3. Option D. Modify the DB instance to be a multi-AZ deployment. The correct answer is D. Modify the DB instance to be a multi-AZ deployment. Explanation. Multi-AZ deployments provide automatic failover to a standby within minutes. Why not option A? Create a read replica of the DB instance. Asynchronous replication, not designed for fast failover. Why not option B? Create a template of the DB instance by using AWS CloudFormation. Defines infrastructure as code, not high availability. Why not option C? Take frequent snapshots of the DB instance and store them in Amazon S3. Manual restore from snapshots is too slow. Great work! If these questions are helping your preparation, follow the channel and share the series with your teammates, colleagues, or friends who are studying for the same exam. Continue with the next episode for more practice.